From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. Hey yo, heart of a villain beats hard in the centrifuge. Bearded BP, 100 interviews. All it takes is 2 mics and 1 line. This is Bearded Villains podcast worldwide. Driving cross countries, getting ball tires. Fam across ponds, always inspired. Chapters connect, and then it's on fire. Check your phone, cause BV is like a live wire. They said that we couldn't do it and that another could. Never underestimate the power of brotherhood. Every bro, every chapter, every caption. Heart of a villain, bro. Lights, camera, action. Action. Let's go. BP. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain. It's the...
Hey, hello everybody and welcome to another Friday night. That's right, today is Friday night edition of the Heart of a Villain, the podcast and live stream devoted to the Bearded Villains Worldwide Brotherhood. Guys, this is it. This is the final episode of the month of October 2023. We have reached the end of October. The Northern Indiana event that I've been so hyped up and ready to do and ready to have a blast with has come and gone. Sadly, I must wait for another 357 days to do it all again. Seems crazy. But hey, we are here tonight on episode 197. What are we going to do for number 200? We got to do something big here. We're coming up on 200 episodes in just 3 weeks. 3 weeks away. Man, I'm excited. I'm not excited because I know what I'm going to do or because I have something really cool planned, because I don't. Rolling into number 100, I kind of knew I had a big plan. I wanted to do this big hubbub. And I mean, if you remember back then, that show lasted like, I don't know, it was like 2 hours. The longest show we've ever done on here. And, but I don't know what to do. I'm just spitballing. I'm thinking of ideas. We'll come up with something. I got a little bit of time left to come up with an idea. We'll see. But hey guys, thank you for being here. Those of you who are here live, hanging out with me. It's a Friday night, so there's people out there doing other things tonight. Our live listening audience will probably be a little lower than normal, but, that's okay. I had to switcheroo, and that may happen. I've got to go through my schedule, my upcoming schedule, and we may be back on Friday nights here temporarily for about the next 5, maybe 6 weeks or so. We may be back on Friday nights, and if we do so, I'll stay at this hour. I'll stay at 7 o'clock Central, and we'll take it from there. Unless people would rather me be at 6 o'clock Central. Maybe we can try and make that work if that works better for people that want to watch live. Who knows? Everybody else that's listening on a regular podcast platform could care less, I know. But we'll see. We'll see how things go and see what it takes us. But the reason is because I am, once again, I got dragged in, not dragged in kicking and screaming or anything like that. But I'm a part of the local theater production coming up for the Christmas show coming up. And it's some kind of it's a review. If you're familiar with the theater term for review, it's basically a whole bunch of songs put together in no real cohesive order. It's just a whole bunch of songs, and it's Christmas related, so it's a whole bunch of Christmas songs. But I'm going to be a part of that show coming up in the first few weeks of December. So rehearsals started this week, which means that rehearsals very possibly could butt up against a Thursday night. So if that happens, that's why I may have to move to Fridays, because there are no rehearsals on Fridays until the actual show weeks, the 2 weeks of the run of the show, because those weeks, the show's on Friday, and I'll have to kick it back to Thursday or maybe even Wednesday. We'll see. But hey, I'll keep you all posted on that stuff as we go. Guys, this has been a really, really fun week for me and for the chapter here, our chapter, the chapter I am a part of, the Bearded Villains Northern Indiana chapter, because we, for ourselves, and we don't like to, brag or anything like that, and that's not what this is about. But it's just me being proud of the work that my chapter has put in, and the my guys. When I say my, it's you know what I mean. All the guys here in Northern Indiana, and then also a big thanks to everyone from literally all over the world. I can say that. I can say that all over the world for coming to our event. Very, very cool. We had brothers from um, we had brothers from Canada. We had brothers from all over the U.S. We had brothers from England coming over. I don't know if it was. I don't know if we can really say honestly that they came over specifically for our event, but the timing was perfect for them to come to our event. So we love that. But this has just been a fun week for us because we set records for ourselves. For our chapter, we were able to raise a whole bunch more money than we have done in years past. As a matter of fact, because of the absolutely generous contributions and efforts from everybody that was at our event, not only did we raise more than our first 2 years of this event combined, but we raised more than even last year's doubled. So I'm just really excited about what that can do, and I know it's just a drop in the bucket for a big organization, but for us and for the effort that our guys put in, and all the generosity of everybody that was at our event, I just can't say thank you enough for what that was. We had we had a lot of fun with this event. We really did, and it's funny because one of the guys that I've spoken to here recently in our bearding community, who's not a villain, who is actually one of our sponsors for the event, Aaron Johnston, who is a rep for Honest Amish. He was one of our judges, and he has been to so many beard competitions. It's like every week he's going to another one, either to judge or to work them on behalf of Honest Amish, or both, as he did with ours. And he seemed to be impressed with what we provided, the different type of atmosphere that it was. I watched his podcast over on the Talking Beards channel on Facebook last couple nights ago, and it was funny because when he when he described what it was, he said, I think it was a little bit more costume contest than it was beard competition, and that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. It's we kind of fancy ourselves with this event to be not one thing, and I know that obviously with him being in the bearding community out there doing a lot of beard competitions, he's much more familiar with an event that is specifically run around a beard comp. And the beard comp was just one part. Remember the game Trivial Pursuit? It's just one piece of the pie. Is what that is for us, and I think that's something that we really love about this event. It's that it's unique in that way. There's so many different things going on at our event, and everybody seemed to be having a great time. The reviews that we've heard from people, we've been really appreciative of all the kind words that everybody had for us, and we just had a blast. We really had a blast. It's funny in these situations when you have an event like this, you look back, you look back on it, a day or two later, and you think when you start to review it and you start to think in your head, what could be done better, what could be done differently, all this other stuff, and it occurred to me. It occurred to me later, and it's funny. I haven't even spoken with the other guys in my chapter about this after the fact, but there was a very neat, very fun, very, very, very impromptu part of the evening last year at last year's event that happened, completely unplanned, but it was one of the funniest things and the most enjoyable parts of the night for a lot of people, and that was when our brother Donnie had a dance off. Had a dance off with one of the BBC brothers, and it was hysterical. It was hysterical. And going into this year's event, I know several months ago we talked about the possibility of that happening again, and it never happened. It was so busy, and so that's one thing that I know that we have to improve on going into next year. We have to make sure that dance off happens again. That's one thing for sure that really needs to happen. So that was just a lot of fun. But I mean, we had so many costumes out this year. Very, very cool. Not everybody that was in a costume competed in the costume contest, which is fine. A lot of people just got in the spirit of it, which is, I said, it's such a cool thing because there's so many different. It's when you see adults acting like children, and that's what it's all about, right? You're reliving that, and the creativity that some of these costumes were, just amazing. The effort. This is, I mean, for me, I just slapped a mask on during one part, and then I threw on another, basically a tarp to be Fred Flintstone, and threw a wig on. That didn't take much effort, but some of the people went to extreme measures with makeup and all sorts of stuff they put in their beards or their hair. Just absolutely stellar costumes that they went through. The clothing that they went to was just amazing. So if you get a chance, go out to the Bearded Villains Northern Indiana Facebook page or the Bearded Villains Indiana Instagram page and watch the short little video that we made about it, because you'll see how much fun. I think you'll be able to glimpse about how much fun we had with the night. It was just a lot of fun. So uh, that was that. Um, I'm trying to think what else I can do before I bring in some guests for the night. Tonight, it's kind of bittersweet for me, because one of the coolest parts about this last week for us, for me especially, being that last year, or earlier this year, I was able to go over to England, and Mister one of our longtime listeners, and usually the first one to chime in on a night, Mister Robaba, Mister Robaba, who's usually working in the wee hours of the morning when he chimes in and watches us. When he played host to me and guided me around England during my 2 days. And then also, Danny, Mr. Bulldog, jumped in and was also extremely, extremely helpful, and just an awesome time hanging out with these two guys during the time I was over in England. And it was such a cool thing that this week uh, I kind of got to reciprocate a little bit. And they flew over on just a week ago today, actually. As a matter of fact, they flew over and they got to stay with me here at the house for a couple days, and it was just an incredible time, just of brotherhood, hanging out, getting to see a couple guys I haven't seen in a long time, that I'm not sure I'll be able to see again for a long time again. They have spent the last week over in Illinois and mainly in Chicago, and they're flying out over to New York later this weekend. But before they do, I said, you know what? They've been exploring all over the place, and it's been fun to watch all the photos that have come through and the different places they've been. And I just wanted to bring these guys on and talk a little bit about their experiences while they're here this past weekend at our event, but also just what they've been up to, and get some impressions on some things. It's always interesting, especially, I know both of them obviously have been here before, but when you saturate yourself in the culture and in the vibe of the community of the area that you're in, you definitely come across some things or see some things that maybe you haven't seen before or you've never just experienced. So I just thought it would be really, really fun, and because we don't have any other major events going on right now, and so it'd be fun to bring these guys in and talk with them before they get ready to head back over across the pond. So hey, if you got a second, hey, just chill with me here, and we're going to talk with Mr. Robaba, as many of you know here on the show, and Mr. Bulldog. Some of you know him as Danny, some of you know as Bulldog, but these London guys, man, we're gonna chit chat with these guys here. Help me welcome to the show, Robb and Bulldog. Hey guys, how you doing?
All good.
Hey guys, how we going?
So they're in the same city, but they're in different locations because Robb's on a walkabout. He likes to go out at night and steal away the images of the world. He likes to be on a walkabout and do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, you're all going to get nausea tonight.
He's going to take
Yeah,
us with him. So if you
Danny's
run,
old and tired.
yeah, if anybody tries to mess with him, we'll know about it live. We won't be able to do anything about it, but we'll know about it. We'll know about it live. We'll have video footage of it. Hey guys, let me just
Well,
start. Go ahead.
I thought I'd take you for a walk down the pier, show you the big light up wheel.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Do me a favor. Let's just start. I know, Robb, you've been to Chicago many, many times. Um, having family lives nearby. But can I start with you, Danny? What have been your impressions of this trip that you've started out with, starting last weekend and then everything through tonight? You guys have been just busy all over the place.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a long old full on day, and then like early hour leave, long flight. We just ended up straight at yours after sitting into the biggest amount of traffic I've ever seen in my life, and then straight to the meet and greet, which was yeah, the cheapest Jack Daniels I've ever had in a long, long time.
Yeah, what's the going rate for that same drink over there in England?
About 10 quid, and here I was getting two double Jack and Cokes for $6.50.
Wow. All right.
So
Hey, we
I get to meet some amazing brothers, man. Meet and greet. Everyone was so welcoming, and do you know what I mean? It was like a family from a family. I walked out of my family and walked straight into another family. Yeah, it was literally just, it was like walking out of one room into another room, just thousands of miles apart.
Yeah, well, I know that you've been to a ton of different events, same as Rob. But I know Rob's also been here for several of the different. He was here for World Meet, and he's experienced a little bit of the way that they do things here. I know it's a little different than the way you guys do things over there. How was our event compared to the types of things that you're used to seeing at an event over there?
Yours was a lot more organized.
I didn't ask him to say that,
Oh,
everyone. I
definitely.
did not ask him to say that. It's interesting to hear how what the comparison is.
Yeah, it was really well put together, really well organized. I'm definitely going to take some of the little tips back and use them back in the UK. The way you do your raffle system was spot on. Like the ticket system, the raffle system, yeah, and your beard competition was a proper beard competition. Yeah, it was a good beard. Like our beard competition is, so they are still, it is still good, but yours was proper good. Honestly, it was nice to see an event, from not in the UK. That was, yeah, mate. Honestly, I thought it was so well put together. I was very impressed. Like, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an epic event.
Yeah. It was funny because every time I looked around that somebody had a flag out or was taking pictures, I saw you standing there with the pictures, and I saw Rob standing there getting pictures done. And it's fun because we don't get guys from England here very often.
Man, I love a flag shot. Like, my goal is to try and get chapter flags. I love getting my photos with chapter flags. So cool. I've got some flags with the Queens as well, which is the Queens over here. These some of the people in some of these chapters I might never see again. So you take it while you can. And I spoke to, I think probably people were probably getting sick of me because I was talking to everyone.
You can't
I was
fault
like,
you can't fault yourself for that. Rob, while you got some outside noise there going. Tell
I
me.
have massively misjudged this. It's pouring down.
Oh no. All right. Well, if
Well,
you
it's
can,
like being back in England.
uh, if you can hear me, then what do you think? What was kind of your experience or your takeaway from our event? From your experiences at other events as well over in the UK.
Yeah, so massively more organised. We're a bit more freeform. It's that less timing. We're just a bit more casual about the whole thing. So it's nice to sort of have that, not not so much strict, but more sort of organised. Yeah, I think it's probably, yeah, the word sums it up pretty well. Obviously, I've been over for a few US events. So I'm familiar with the differences, but yeah, enjoyable, fun. I think, key word there, fun. I'll tell you one thing, it's a lot less stressful when you're not on the organisation committee.
Yeah.
We get to enjoy it. It's not very often we get to sit back and enjoy things. Like, you know, Danny be running around trying to pull stuff off. I've usually got half a dozen cameras on the go. So
Yeah.
it's nice to sort of just come and have fun and chill out. And, you know, miracles were witnessed with me actually appearing in photos.
I know that was one thing I was going to ask you about. How was that? How did that feel? Because you're always behind the camera, and this time
I make
there were
I make a
several pictures of
conceited
you in it.
effort to never be in photos.
I know you do.
I'm notoriously bad at being in flag photos, group shots. So yeah, I mean, there's a few people who really want a photo with me, so fair play. I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
But yes,
Well, that's good.
like you said, it's not every day we come over the pond.
No. I'm really glad that you guys had such a great time, and that every time what I really took a lot of enjoyment in knowing that you guys, I mean, you were so excited about coming to this thing was that every time I'd look around and I'd see you guys, there was never a time where it was just the two of you guys by yourself talking just amongst yourself. There was always somebody else you guys were talking to. A lot of times you guys were split up. You weren't even next to each other. You were just all over the place meeting everybody, and I love that part of it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm quite the antisocial villain myself. Hence why I like my cameras. It puts me at a distance, like so. It says something about the people who are present. That I'm quite happy sat in the corner, camera, minding my own. So it says a lot about the brothers, sisters, villains, villainettes, and the extended family members who are present. You know, great atmosphere. You know, it's nice, relaxing, fun. That should be. How more events should be.
Well, I know one thing I have to ask you because it's been very fun to watch you guys throughout this past week, sharing pictures and everything. And Bulldog, man, Danny's sharing just a whole boatload of pictures from everywhere, and I love it. But what I want to ask you, Rob, though, about this is being with him the whole time. And I know he's been to the States before, but he hasn't been to Chicago, and you have been several times. So what's it like being on? You're almost like the host in a different country for somebody else, but kind of seeing it through his eyes and letting him see things for the first time and experience different things. What's that been like for you this time around? It's been a little different, I bet.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chicago is my second home. You can ask Danny. I'm a different person here. Much different. So it's really nice being able to show someone the city I love and then get to witness them see what it is that I'm so obsessed about. Poor guy has walked. I dread to think how many miles this week. He can tell you I'm an encyclopedia of pointless knowledge, and Chicago is a great place for sharing pointless knowledge. So it's been nice just to sort of stand back and watch somebody experience it for the first time, asking questions, wanting to know why stuff is the way it is, why things are. Yeah. Kind of like being back up.
Yeah. Danny, what's it been like for you, man?
Man, so he is literally like a walking tour guide. Like he honestly, I said this to him tonight, and I was like, mate, I had to let him say like, because obviously we see each other all the time, day to day, and he comes down and he stays at my house and that. But this is the longest time we have literally stayed together in, the same room and everything. And I literally said, you know what? I think we haven't killed each other. We've got on so well, and we have actually got on really well. Like we haven't had a single like house. We haven't had a husband and wife tiff once, not one. And mate, honestly, he has literally showed me around this city, mate. It's amazing, and he has walked me to an inch of my life. So yeah, but he's also fed me to an inch of my life. So I haven't even lost any weight because all the walking I've put on back on burgers and pizza and Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it. Hence why I'm in the room now, because I'm absolutely knackered.
Well, has there been some part of the last week where you've experienced something or you've seen something like for the first time and it was like a big shock to you at how something was done or how we may do things over here? Has there? Because I know when I went over there, and it's the strangest thing, and I know you guys don't think twice about this, and I've told everybody about this, but the strangest thing about the hotel over there that I stayed at, where you had to insert your card into the wall thing to make the lights work, took me 15
Take it.
minutes to took me 15 minutes to figure that part out because I was in the dark most of the for 15 minutes in the room. But I mean, just little things like that you just that's not done over. You don't. I've never seen that done before. But so has there been any kind of little things like that for you?
So yeah, ice. You can walk down the corridor and get ice from an ice machine. It's like, yeah, it's cold. You can just go grab some ice. And when you go to a hotel in UK, you get like a few channels. Here, there's about a million.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything's bigger, man. The bathroom's bigger. It's so everything here is like it's twice the size of what things are in the UK.
Yeah.
Even the drinks and little, I get a Coke and it's like it's ginormous.
I I remember I remember that I remember Saturday morning when you're here at the house and I got coffee mugs out for you guys and you were both like, "Good Lord, how big is this thing?" And I was like, it's a coffee mug."
Yeah, it's a coffee bucket.
Yeah. Hey, can't have too
But
much
mate,
coffee.
so Rob, we met up with some of the Chicago guys, Sean, Squeaks, Porto, and Dave, and they took us for Chicago pizza, which was about this fat. I was like, a dish pizza. That's not a pizza. That is a cake.
And how
Pizza
did you like it?
big in England. Pizza in Chicago was this fat. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with that?
You took a picture of it, I'm sure, right?
Of course, I
Yeah.
literally have taken a picture of the last 10 days of my life.
So good though. It's so good. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But,
But
but some amazing pictures of Rob, because again, Rob's been here several times, and he's only taken the pictures. But I managed to get some pictures of Rob in places that that he has not. He's got a picture, but not with him here. So I
yeah,
think it was good for me to take pictures of Rob as well. So yeah, it's been good.
yeah, one of my favorite pictures from the entire Monkey Jam weekend was actually a picture of Rob where he took like a kind of a selfie with him and then the whole flag shoot on the bridge behind him. That was one of my favorite pictures because it's just like this impromptu thing, but it's a very cool picture.
Yeah, man, it's been an amazing trip. Honestly, I can't to put it into words is hard because it's just been amazing.
Yeah,
Like, and it's not finished yet. Like, it's my birthday tomorrow, and we're gonna do some day stuff, and I think we're doing a bit of like last little minute scenery stuff and that. So yeah, hopefully I won't get too tired and have to go to sleep, have a nanny nap.
you might. Who knows? We'll see. I look forward. I look forward to hearing that. You'll probably be just zonked out on the way to the airport. You guys leave out on Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday morning.
Okay. Well, there was something else I wanted to ask you about while Rob's on his walkabout there. You got a little something done at a tattoo shop today, didn't you?
I did, yeah. A little memory to take with me. So I love a tattoo. As if you've met me, you'll know I like a tattoo. Speaking of tattoos,
Oh, look at
I did
that!
win. I
Yes, you
did
did.
win best tattoo.
That's great. I love it. I
I
love it.
wasn't
No, but you got to show
head
it.
on my,
But you got to
I
show the new
wasn't
one.
sure belly. Do you want to see the tattoo I had done?
Yeah, we got to show the new one.
I've got one of them second skins on it. Let's have a look. So let's have a look.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Very cool. Yeah, the
So yeah,
that picture doesn't do it justice, but it looks really, really cool. It has the combination logo there.
it is literally the combination of the Indiana and the Chicago. As a little memory for me today. So one of the Chicago guys, Jake, he did it for me. Very happy.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Hey, Robb, while you're on this walkabout here, tell me a little bit about you. You got a special kind of hat here, don't you?
Yes, the Be More Ed hat. The one of one hat. So, I suppose, do you want the backstory to it?
Yeah, we need to hear it. We need to be able to tell everybody about the Be More Ed movement here.
Right. So, everyone get comfy. I need you to cast your minds back all the way to September 28th this year, where a photo was posted in the event chat. Lovely photo of a carved wooden sign from a wedding that said "Blessed." Now, there's nothing in that, unless you're somebody who has a wicked sense of humour, noticed it was all different colours and actually read "Be Less Ed." Well, we can't go around being less Ed now, can we? Where's the positivity in that? So it took me all of about 4 seconds to decide that we would be more Ed. Conveniently, there is an individual in your chapter called Ed, who is now the figurehead of the Be More Ed movement.
Yes, he is.
And as such, it's a simple concept, is the idea of bringing happiness and positivity to all by making sure you stay positive and happy. Simple slogan. It's taken off like wildfire. We've got people all over the place really grabbing onto it. We now have an Instagram, which is at BeMoreEd, which shares daily edimations. They're like affirmations, but with Ed. I did it as a joke originally, not really thinking anything would come off it. You know, it's a line chat, we throw stuff in them. Well, didn't I misjudge that one? Poor Ed and Paula changed their entire costumes for the event to fit in with the theme. Squeaks had us t-shirts made. We now have patches in production. And it's so daft that something so simple has brought so much joy
Yeah.
to everybody.
Yeah.
And is that not the most Ed of all things?
Absolutely.
You know,
I find it funny though because it's to be more Ed is multifaceted because Ed is also, to be more Ed means to be very no nonsense, unafraid to throw out your opinion and not worry about the consequences of that. To tell it like it is, and to just unabashedly be truthful and honest, and the hell with anything that comes from that, as long as you are being more Ed. So,
I mean, for those who've met Ed, there is no doubt he shoots straight from the hip, but his heart is way too big for his body. That guy is a testament to doing for others before yourself. Last night, I rang him and said, I need some medication sorted out. We've got a little bit of an issue. He thinks nothing of driving hour up the road, 11 o'clock at night. You know, what do you say to that?
yeah.
You know, he just
Cool.
didn't even think twice. You need help, I'm on my way.
Yeah. And it's so cool that he actually had what was necessary to do that, because I was like, I saw the post and I was like, well, I got everything that you could probably buy at the store right down the street, so I'm not going to be any help to you. But
no,
man,
there was a real chance that our trip would have been cut short.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I personally cannot thank him and Paula. He,
Yeah,
without a doubt, has totally won Head of the Month.
I'd be a little
I
worried if
mean,
anybody else did, but yes, I get it.
you know, he above and beyond, and you know, they came and met us at the airport. Just, you know, you guys have really, really embodied the whole Be More Red concept,
Hey,
and we are so thankful for the work you guys have done. Your whole chapter deserves one heck of a round of applause.
we appreciate
yeah,
it, man. We're happy that we were able to host you guys and have a great time.
It was brilliant
yeah.
time. We loved it.
Where are you now in the
And
world there, Rob? Where are you hiding now?
I am currently on Grand Avenue, heading slowly back northwards.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a little bit of a special request for the listeners of the podcast.
Uh-oh.
It's you're lucky. So I've had a few people asking me when I'm back. Obviously, I travel back and forth a lot, and I say a lot of you got you guys will know I've been putting together next year's tour itinerary. It looks like it's going to be starting in Indiana, northern Indiana, little town called Hobart, Rolling Prairie. It's going to be in April, not July as first planned, but we don't have a name for it. No name for the tour, no artwork for the tour. So, going to ask you guys to come up with a name, maybe some artwork, and the winner will see theirs in another giant tour poster at Ezra Crow 24.
All right. All right. Well, hey, Danny, tell me, is there any chance that are we going to be able to find a way to get you back over here in the next year?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure something out. Like, I'm already trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but mate, I'm gonna do my utmost best to try and come back over next year because, mate, you've taken a little piece of my heart over it, and I don't think I'm gonna get it back unless I come back.
Well, I feel the exact same way, man. I'm trying to figure out, but the nice thing is you guys have several meets like right on top of each other within a few months over in the UK. So I don't have to aim for one specific one. I just have to aim for one of them.
Yeah, see, so when we go back 5 weeks time, we've got probably one of the biggest meets in the UK, which is Beardingham. So it's the Central England guys' main meet, and that's Brum, and it's that's an epic meet, and that's only 5 weeks away. So, and I'm hosting that one. I'm hosting the beard comp, and I'm doing the DJ. So that'll be a really good one. Looking forward to that. Central England guys are a good team. And to be fair, I think a lot of people get together at Brum. You know, it's one of them meets that because it's so close to Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a good meet. So I'm looking forward to that. And then once I get Brum out of the way, I'll start saving my pennies and then see what we have to do. Might have to do a bit of sofa surfing if I have to.
Hey,
But
if you're coming over here, you have no problem finding beds and couches for you.
you know what? I just wanted to say a massive thank you to yourself for picking us up from the airport, putting us up, mate, feeding me, and all of your chapter, man, amazing. Oh, to be fair, all the chapters I met, it's been humble. It's been so humble, and I've had an absolute blast. Like it's just been an amazing trip. I got made an honorary of Southwest chapter the other day. I pulled my elite the other day. I got my elite, and it's literally just. It's been an overwhelming, humble trip, man. It's just still trying to take it all in, you know.
Yeah. Well, do yourself a favor, and I would personally, and if I have a vote in it, even though we'd love to see you as often as you can, if you have to choose, and I'm assuming, let me check in with Rob here while he's walking. Rob, did you say that you will, if you're coming in April, does that take out the possibility of coming back in October for Ezra, or is that also a possibility?
You might want to get the beat button ready for that answer. What do you think?
I was just hoping,
Really?
just
Of
hoping.
course I'll be here.
Okay.
You've seen what my plans are. I'll be here for Ezra.
I just had to make sure it was announced. Okay. All right. So
I'll,
Danny,
I'll be on your sofa.
all right, perfect. Danny, then what that means is we need to make sure you're here at least for Ezra. If you can't make his trip in April, don't worry about April.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do,
Okay.
but October gives me plenty of time to save that pennies.
Yeah. Well, hey, and you don't know. I mean, if I can get a job, anybody knows how to get me a job. Remote would be really outstanding. Uh, if I can get a job in the next couple months, then I can try and find a way to sock away some money and get over there again to England. My
Yeah.
only bugaboo is going to be because we got a kid in college and we got a wedding to do in the spring. So, but other than that, we'll make something work. I'm sure we'll host the hell out of you guys again in October. But man, I'm just
Why, any of you guys that ever, if you ever get a chance to come over to London, man, definitely make sure you drop me a message, and I'll look you after you. We'll take you about, and I'll show you around. 100%. I'll do exactly what you've done to me. So it's easy.
just be ready, everybody that does that, to enjoy smaller cars for sure.
It's look on for you. It's actually a big car in England.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, that's definitely true. There's what we would consider a compact car is an average or large car in England for sure.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
all right. Well, hey, I want to let you guys just chill and relax and enjoy the rest of the night. I know Rob's on his way back to the room. Rob, you got any parting words for the crowd as we refer and we tell everybody to remind everybody to be more Ed. But have you got any other things to say before we sign off for the night?
Yeah, reach out to your friends and check on them. Keep sharing that love around.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said that
Mate,
better for sure. Yeah. Danny, you got anything to say?
hey, all I've got to say is BV. Wow, I love it. And this is a brotherhood. It's a family, a brotherhood, and yeah, mate. If there's someone you need, there'll be someone there for you. It's literally that easy. Enjoy your journey, man, because I am.
Oh man, I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys again soon. Hopefully one day. And it's crazy.
Definitely.
You're just a stone's throw away from right now, but I know you're leaving town in less than 48 hours. So you guys take care of yourselves. Say what?
I got my birthday first.
I know you got your birthday first. That's right. That's right. Don't party too hard. Well, you can go for it. Party all you want to, because you just got to jump on a plane the next day and you can relax and sleep. All right, guys, have a great rest of your trip. And if you guys ever need anything, just reach out.
Mate, thank you.
All right. We'll
See
see
you
you
all
guys
soon.
All right. Take care. Thanks again. All right. Bye. Hey, guys, that was it. Man, I just wanted to bring those guys on. I just love talking to them, first of all. I always feel like I always feel a little dumber when I get to talk to people with fun accents, for sure. And it's really funny. I had this fun conversation with the two of them when they were here the other night. We were talking about accents, and I said something I noticed at our meet and greet. So we walk in, and everybody sees the guys from England are here, and when other people are here at our meet and greet, and they overhear the two of them speaking, it's a funny thing that happens, because even if somebody's not part of the conversation, they hear somebody with an accent speaking, and they're immediately drawn to it. They're like, "Oh, cool, who's that?" And they immediately smile, and they're like, and they just kind of listen from a distance, and then they kind of work themselves a little closer, and then it's a meet and greet, and then, "Hey, how you doing? Everything good to meet you." Uh, the funniest thing is, I experienced like the opposite almost effect when I was over in England, because we just sound like, those Americans. And we don't have the cool sound to our voice, to our accent. And so when I was speaking, when I came into the big group of people that was at the Northern Monkeys meet, they couldn't have been nicer. I'll say that first off. They couldn't have been any nicer, and very, very welcoming. But when people would first hear me speaking to somebody from a distance, I would look around and I could see people like turn their heads, because they're like, "That's not what I'm used to hearing." And they turn their heads and look. And the first that you have this look of trying to figure me out, or this look of what, or who's he? What's he doing here? It wasn't the immediate like here when I would see people, turn their heads for these two guys from England, right? when Robb and Danny are there, everybody's turned their heads and goes, and it's an immediate smile. And I would look over and I see people going. So it was just a funny difference, I thought. But man, it was just so fun to be around these guys this week. Guys that I don't get to see very often, for sure. But this weekend was also so good to be able to talk to guys and see people that we do sometimes see. The guys from up at Lakeshore, I'm talking about Mars and Dan. They have always been huge supporters of us down here, whether they could make it down here or not. They've always supported us, and it was awesome. We had really great representation from several different chapters that came out in large mass groups. Ohio came out strong. Both chapters up in Michigan and Motor City came out strong for us. I got to sport a big shout out to Empire State. Empire State, man, came in hard and came rolling in, and we told them, I mean, we were bummed. We were all bummed this year that none of us were able to make it out for their meet. The first time that they had the big meet that they did. And we have told guys everywhere, we said, hey, the North remembers. And that's something that we plan to live by. And we remember those that come and support us. So first off, big thanks to the Empire State guys for this hat. The custom, I don't know if you can see it there, the custom BP, the BP version of the Empire State. It was the first one, I think I was told, in orange. We told them, absolutely, you need to make this thing in orange readily available to people, because it's just a very cool combination. But big shout out to Empire State guys. We had Toronto, we had Chattanooga, I'm going to get myself in trouble because I'm going to forget somebody. We had Bearded Villain. We had one of our brothers from Bearded Villains, Indiana. We had brothers from Bearded Villains, Southern Indiana. It's just an all-around amazing time. Chicago came out real strong, as they always do, came rolling in hard for us. Just an absolutely amazing time. We had brothers who are no longer affiliated with other chapters still come in and support us, that we absolutely think of as family. It was just a really, really amazing weekend. And I just, I got to get just a crazy shout outs. Before I forget, because I want to make sure I don't, I've got to make sure I do not forget anybody here. Let's see. So if I go to this, I'm going to try to mute this thing here. And I want to see if I can. So I got to give a couple of shout outs here while I got you on the air. And I don't know if anybody's still listening or not, but I definitely need to make sure I give some time to this real quick. So I want to give a big shout out, obviously, to Bearded Villains in general. VK sent in a whole bunch of stuff for us to use in the auction. A lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a huge box of stuff that went really well for our auction. So we definitely give big shout out to VK for that with Bearded Villains. But man, we had the brothers. We had Bearded Villains, Ohio. We had Tennessee, Indiana, BV Queens, both U.S. and BV Queens from Canada down here. Awesome stuff. Toronto, Chicago, of course, London represented, Michigan, Motor City, Southern Indiana, Empire State, Chattanooga, just a whole bunch of chapters here. And just an awesome time. Also got to give a shout out for our three big companies that give us support for the beard competition, and we're prize sponsors. I mean, to tell you what, the prize packages that the beard comp people got was the largest prize packages in bags I've ever seen go to beard comps for first, second, and third. Usually second and third might get like one little thing in a bag and maybe a thank you card or something, or a discount card. They got loaded down with 5, 6, 7 items in their bags this year. So definitely a big shout out to Bedlam Beard with Josh here in Indiana. Also a big shout out to Honest Amish. One of our judges was Aaron, who's a big rep for them. Travels all over the world for them. But Honest Amish set us up straight too. And then obviously Gibbs Grooming also set us up with some great stuff. So between the three of them, they really set us off and had a great prize packages that we can't thank you guys enough for. Hey, I know it's a really, really odd thing here, what we're doing tonight. I want to thank the guys that are here live watching us. There's not too many left, but thank you guys for being here. Go out there, have a great Friday night, and just enjoy the weekend, enjoy the family, enjoy friends. Hug those that you love. Make sure you tell them that you do. And hey, that's going to wrap up episode 197. Do the good stuff, man. Do the good stuff. See what you can do to help somebody else, help change somebody else's life. In other words, be the villain that the world needs you to be, because the heart of a villain never stops beating. Things I say every weekend, guys, remind you that it's okay not to be okay. If you are hurting, please find a brother to talk to. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. But knowing that, remember, it means you need to talk to somebody. Don't just leave it at that. Don't just accept saying it's okay not to be okay. Go out and find somebody you can talk to. So, guys, have a great night. Enjoy this weekend. I will see you back here for episode 198 next week. Until then, take care. Stay safe.
From the start to the finish, go hard and we win in this